Taxi commuters. To taxi commuters, the arrival of the aggressive U.S. online taxi service firm Uber may have come as an affordable alternative, but the firm is already facing backlash from within the competition, with cases of violence against Uber cab drivers reported allegedly for offering relatively cheap fares. Our reporter Zinzi Kibiku went out and spoke to both sides of this conflict. Here's what they had to say.
Nilienda kuweka gari kando so that I pick my client. Then the rest of the taxi drivers came. I was surprised there was even a cop. And they came very fast telling, toa gari. Then I said, what's the problem? You yourself, you are here, you are parked here. Why toa gari? What's the problem? Tunawajua, wewe ni Uber. Tushakuona. So I had no choice but to drive on.
David's story of harassment is one many recent Uber drivers can relate to. Uber's entry into Kenya has come with both sweet and sour taste. It has created jobs for many such as David, but recently many of them have received threats from alternative taxi drivers.
Normal taxi drivers, they don't want our systems on Nasema. It's too exhausting their business.
Uber hawalipi hata kanso hawalipi kwa sababu kazi yao ni ya kuzunguka. Sisi tunalipa kanso kama tuseme kama per month and tunalipa 6,000. Alafu kutoka hapo sisi nikibeba customer ninaenda nikimpeleka hakuna kurudi na mtu.
The Uber team here in Kenya said it was important to note there are absolutely no reports of any Uber driver partners being killed. This is not the first time the taxi service has received such discrimination on the road.
Yeah, we have experienced this before. For example, we've experienced it in Johannesburg, South Africa before. Or certain taxi drivers do not understand that Uber is an open platform, it's open technology. And there are a large number of partner drivers on the platform who actually also happen to be taxi drivers. And this is true in South Africa, this is true in Kenya and Nairobi. And I think the long-term solution, and something which we are very, very committed to, is ensuring partnership with meter taxi operators.
Nevertheless, let's look at the other side of the coin.
It's a good idea. Imekuja imehelp vijana at least mwezi tumepata kazi, but to affect sisi ka wenye tulikuwa huko ama the usual taxi wa kawaida.
The American taxi service Uber has seen a market growth here in Kenya since it started accepting cash payments. Initially, Uber only allowed debit and credit payments, which allowed Easy Taxi, its biggest competitor here in Kenya, a leeway into the market. However, for Uber drivers such as David, he tells me the reason that they are receiving the threats they are getting, it's due to their professional work and also the low prices. However, David says that teamwork can be enhanced more in order to tackle this problem.
Yeah, but it's not that serious yenye nimesikia. Nimesikia some parts wanakatazwa kwenda like Western, like Variakad na huko pia nimesikia.
So when I asked John, one of the affected taxi drivers in town, why not join Uber, his answer was simple.
Wanataka gazile magari mpya na yangu imetembea kiasi sasa waweza wakubali gari yangu ni wajoin.
It's hard kujoin cause wenyewe wanataka gari mpya. Pindon was like, these are cars over here, wanataka gari mpya. And with those prices of theirs, kumaintain gari unajua itakuwa hard sana. Like
profit-wise, it's better than a normal taxi business. Sababu, you get more customers.
The father of two boys who was introduced to Uber by a longtime friend and former colleague says the technology has made it more effective to work. And despite being a victim of threats, he says it is not all taxi drivers who are against them.
Mimi sitaki ati wasumbuliwe kwa sababu serikali iko na serikali itajua vile itafanya.
For David Mwangi, the current taxi wars won't stop him from being behind the wheel by 6:30 in the morning. This is what now puts food on his table. Zinzi Kibiku, KTN News.